What's good, everybody? How's everybody on this Thursday night? March Madness has officially started. Off to a interesting start for sure. Alright, I'm going to get the case busted open here as we're kind of getting ready to go. But just wanted to show everybody the whole case. I know sometimes people like to see everything as it sits. But obviously with my little table, I don't have enough room to do it all. So I'm going to move it back here on my chair and pop it open. I got a mosquito bite. I don't know if you guys can see that. Right on my wrist. So every time I move my wrist, it's like irritating it. That's itchy. Maybe when I put gloves on, maybe that'll help. Because it'll cover it some. But itchy little son of a gun, I'll tell you that. All right. There we go. So that ought to get us in pretty good shape. Hey, Bill, how's it going? Having a little Mountain Dew tonight. All right. So now you guys can see them all stacked up. 3 stacks of 5 plus 5 in the front. So 20 total for our case. I'll put little Rip up there on that box to give us some good luck. And I'll bring this guy in to start us off. And I think we're just about ready to go. No duck race, so we can just kind of roll right into things here. Yeah, that sucker is itchy. The glove covers it, so maybe that'll help. All right, so here is our owner list for tonight's break. Still missing several people as far as payments are concerned. And I'll just kind of reiterate to everybody at one time. Once you're done claiming spots, just go ahead and send it then. That way I don't have to chase you down. You know, all that stuff. Just once you're done claiming, just go ahead and send it. Don't wait for something because you know we're going to do the break. It's not, I mean, it's, you know what I mean? It's not like it's one of those deals where, well, maybe it'll break, you know. I think everybody knows by now they're going to happen. So, you know, once you know you're done claiming, just go ahead and send it. Then I don't have to chase you and you don't have to worry about, you know, the repo man coming after you or whatever. So I'm not going to go through and list everybody because there's quite a few there. There's, as of now, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17. 17 spots that haven't been paid for. So, and I hate to hold the break up to just chase everybody down, but, you know, I mean, I guess we will if we get to that point where we have to. But I really don't want to. So, it's not fair to everybody else that you know, is waiting for it to break. So, all right, let's get this going. Empty box number 1. What's up, Scott? I'm just going to open all the packs for each one of these at once, and then we'll roll through them. I thought this would be a little bit of a different break, especially kind of leaning into spring break week where, you know, we got a lot going on. I wanted to do something that was fairly affordable for a break, and so seemed like a good time to do this. Shout out to you for convincing me to change my bet while I still could. Still cash out to change to TC. Good for you, man. I told you. I told you. I'm glad you got out of that. Oh my. Right off the bat, here we go. Right off the bat. Tony Bridinger, Color Blast. 3rd card in. Well, that doesn't suck. No, it does not. Congrats, Andrew. That's going to Sea Salt. Tony Bridinger, Color Blast. If I had a sound, like a horn sound, I would hit the button. That's the way to start right there. We really have been on an insane run. You're right, Scott. You are not kidding. We have been getting after it with some of these. Yeah, congrats, Andrew. That is killer. We got the green Eric Almirola. Blue Ice Tanner Gray. So for those that were wondering which blasters these are, it's the Blue Ice. I know somebody asked earlier this afternoon if I knew which version, and I said, I'm sorry, I don't. It just says, you know, it doesn't say on the outside of the case, and I don't know. So, red Pulsar Tanner Gray going to Brian Kessler, 122 of 199. First overtime, nice. Who's in overtime, Scott? Silver Richard Petty. I've been downstairs for basically since I posted the break. I've been down here working. So Blue Ice Tony Stewart. So I didn't catch the start of that, like the 7 o'clock games. I didn't catch any of those. VCU and Carolina. I wondered if that would be a tight game. Doesn't Carolina have somebody out injured? Like one of their best players, I think. Green J-Mac. Blue Ice Matt Mills. Red Pulsar Pot of Gold BK. Going to Michael Harrion out of 199. Daniel Dye Silver. And Blue Ice AJ Allmendinger. Today would have been Kevin Finkel's birthday. So thinking of Kevin's family today. Seeing AJ reminded me of that. Box 2. All right. Got a green Kevin Harvick. When you don't watch, yeah, exactly. Yeah, because you weren't here for that. Blue Ice, Jamie McMurray. I remember doing that was during the middle of the day. Red Pulsar National Pride, Austin Cindric for Justin Elder. 156 of 199. Rusty Wallace Silver. Cole Custer Blue Ice. Got a green Ty Gibbs. Do we have a tentative release date for Domes? Do you mean Donruss? Blue Ice, Donruss. Yeah, it's I want to say it's like April 22nd or something like that. Kind of toward the back half of April. I want to say it's around April 22nd. So we're about a month away from it, I think. About 4 weeks from now. 60 out of 199, Red Pulsar Alex Bowman. Going to Thomas Jones Jr. Silver Jeff Gordon. No, we're getting there. And somebody asked, I'll repeat this again tonight. Somebody asked the other night about personal boxes, and I made the comment that for Donruss, because I don't do a lot of personal boxes because I don't keep a lot of stuff here, but for Donruss being a new release, when we get just a little closer, I will make a list and take personal box orders for anybody that wants a personal box of Donruss. The kind of the benefit of that is I will get mine. Typically, I will have mine on release day. So we can do your personal break on release day, and I can get everything sent to you straight away. And, you got something coming pretty fast. So anybody that wants to do that, I'll have that figured out probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks before release day. I'll take orders for personal boxes if anybody wants one. So Panini terms about 3 months. Yeah, that's kind of why I'm waiting on the personal thing, Scott. That's kind of the big reason why I'm waiting, because I don't want people's money tied up. Once I know it's happening, then I'm a little more comfortable with it. But you know what I mean? I don't want to be like, hey, pre-order a box of Donruss, and then it's, 3 months away. So that's honestly the biggest reason why I'm waiting to do that. So, but like I said, that might be kind of a fun thing for some folks. I know there's a few group members that have expressed that they don't have local shops near them. And if you don't have local shops near you, getting something like literally on release day is tough. So nobody scored in 2 minutes. Good Lord. Nobody wants to win the game. They plan not to lose instead of playing to win. Green Matty D. John Hunter Blue Ice. Groovy, baby. Red Pulsar Groovy, Noah Gragson. Going to Scott Bastian. 75 of 199. Then we got silver Christian Eckes. Blue Ice Michael McDowell. Green BK. That one's got some surface issues. You can probably see that. That one's not perfect. Going to Michael Herrion. Blue Ice Kenseth. Goes to Andy. Seems like we've gotten about 2 numbered cards per box, which isn't awful. Tony B goes to Sea Salt, who's already having a fantastic start to the break, out of 199. It's always a great feeling when you're in a break and you get a big hit like right off the bat. Then you're like, hey, whatever else I get, is just like extra, right? Like at least that's how I feel. I'm like, hey, I don't really care now. I'm just happy to be here, Blue Ice, Tony B. We'll get her on a card stand here. Once we get these first 5 boxes out of the way, give us a little bit of room to breathe. Empty. Scores! So I've got some, I've been talking about spring break week and wanted to talk about spring break week a little bit more tonight for you guys. I've got everything, here for the week as far as the breaks, with the exception of one product for one break. But I'll have it soon, so no problem there. And so I've got everything here and or ordered or whatever you want to call it, but everything's accounted for the breaks. Got new stickers in for spring break week, which I'll make a post with the stickers. But if you've seen me recently make some posts on different things, I took the new logo and then kind of flipped the colors to like Miami Vice colors for spring break. Green, Taylor Gray. And so I did stickers with those colors on the logo. They're kind of like teals and purple and pink and kind of, like I said, kind of a Miami Vice looking thing. So different sticker. We'll have a bunch. I've got 100 of them, so I'll have those to give away during spring break week. Every break, I'm going to have a giveaway every night. Pot of Gold, Austin Dillon, Red Pulsar, 148 of 199. And so different nights will be different giveaways. Like I can tell you, I got a couple t-shirts to give away. I have like my breaker mat here that has the Rip It Racing Brakes logo. I have another breaker mat that I'm going to give away, just like this one. The only difference is the logo's turned so it's horizontal so that it would fit like, I ordered this one specifically to go right here. The other one's horizontal format so that it would like sit on your desk better at home or a table. So I got a breaker mat to give away. Maybe a custom card or two to give away. The giveaways are going to vary in excitement level and value for sure, but there'll be something to give away every night or every break. Green, Kevin Harvick. Taylor Gray. Might give away a card stand or two, something like that. I don't know. Still processing all of it, but I got most of it figured out. Ryan Newman, Blue Pulsar for Brett Matthews. 53/75. Rocket Man. That is a silver Mark Martin. And Blue Ice, Justin Allgaier. Let's see here. All right, box 5. How's Carolina VCU doing now? You guys have to keep me updated on what's happening with these since I'm not watching. You're not going to spoil anything for me, so. Four seconds left. That sounds like the Buckeye TCU game. 4 seconds left by 2. Green, Jimmy Johnson. Casey Kane, Blue Ice. Time. Corey Heim, Red Pulsar. Going to Sea Salt. That is 80 out of 199. Silver, Martin Truex Jr. Got a Blue Ice, Raja Caruth. Raja. VCU wins. Green, Thad Moffitt. My brother-in-law is a big North Carolina fan, and he told me he was afraid they were going to have trouble with VCU, so he was correct. Thad Moffitt. Blue Ice. We got a green Pulsar, Bobby Allison. Bobby Allison's going to be unlisted. And we'll go to Anthony Hawley, 22 out of 25. That's going to be a door number, Bobby Allison, for Anthony. Even better. Nice. 22 of 25 on the door number. That's cool. We got a silver Denny. And Blue Ice, Chris Buescher. I'm going to take a second to move some of these base cards out of the way. Kind of clean the desk off just a brief moment here. And I think I'll just go ahead and open some supplies too while I'm taking a second. Might as well do this too because we're going to need some more penny sleeves. You go through a lot of penny sleeves with Prizm. Trying to turn that so it's not blinding you guys quite as bad. That looked pretty bright. Just trying to turn the box a little. Blinded by the light. Drinking the hard stuff tonight. Leaded. All right, blaster number 6. Empty box. I was kind of thinking either a black and gold or a black finite, Scott. That's kind of what I was. That's kind of where I was going. You're going ink though. Maybe we can get all those. Green, Tyler Ankrum. Blue Ice, Eric Almirola. Zane Smith, Red Pulsar. Goes to Dave. Dave, 62 out of 199. All of them would work. Silver, Tyler Reddick. Jake Garcia, Blue Ice. Chandler Smith, green. Jimmy Johnson, Blue Ice. Scott might have called it. He said we were about due for ink. Sensational signatures. Derek Cope. Yeah, Scott called that one. Scott's got ESPN. That's going to go to the unlisted spot, and Anthony Hawley. Anthony's had a couple nice little hits here in the last couple boxes. Derek Cope auto. And the Bobby Allison door number. We got a red Pulsar Pot of Gold for Carson going to JJ. 114 of 199. Silver Sammy Smith. And Blue Ice, Awesome Bill from Dawsonville. Bill Elliott. empty. Cole Custer green. Blue Ice, William Sawalich. Got a red Pulsar, Carl Edwards. Cousin Carl goes to JR. 44 of 199. Silver Custer. Blue Ice, Matt Kenseth. Got a green Casey Kane. Austin Dillon, Blue Ice. Blue Pulsar, Brandon Jones. Going to Scott. 1 out of 75. First one. So 1 of 75 there. Our daughter must be home. Our daughter went with all the grandparents tonight to the little local tavern sports bar thing. They have music bingo, and she was going with them to play music bingo. So she must be home. Tyler Ankrum. Empty. Maybe not. I don't hear her talking yet. Maybe the dogs are just barking at something else. Someone check on UNC fans. Green, Raja Caruth. Blue Ice, Parker Retzlaff. Get a blue Pulsar, Kyle Busch. Going to Dave Blazevich. That is 64. My apologies. 64 out of 75. Silver Brandon. Blue Ice, William Byron. Green, Tanner Gray. For Ohio State. Well, Corey, I was too. I mean, I certainly wanted them to win, but I kind of knew that was going to happen. I really had a feeling because they just aren't consistent enough. Groovy. Red Pulsar, Kyle Larson for Nick Marquette. Honestly, I hate to say this about him, but I feel like it's a little bit of a lack of talent. 182 of 199. Matt DiBenedetto, Blue Ice. Empty. Probably a good time to remind everybody tomorrow we will do our lunch break at 11:30. It'll be a box of Turn 4. And that'll be driver groups format for Turn 4 tomorrow at 11:30. Green, Jake Garcia. Carson Hocevar, Blue Ice. And we got another short print, Green Pulsar, Dale Jarrett. Dale Jarrett is going to also go to the unlisted spot. He's not listed. And Anthony Hawley, 13 of 25 this time for Anthony. Anthony's done well with these short print Green Pulsars in his unlisted spot today. 2 short prints going to him already. Silver, Jesse Love. Blue Ice, Ross Chastain. Chris Buescher. Christian Rose, Blue Ice. Red Pulsar, Michael McDowell. McDriver goes to Hunter. 191 of 199. Silver, Riley Herbst. And Blue Ice, Davey Allison. Let me move some stuff again. I just like to keep everything from, trying to topple over or anything. I don't want it to ever get to that point. So I like to move everything before I think it's even possible for that to happen. All right, this will be number 10 and get us to the halfway point. If you're somebody that's in the vicinity, if you're within about a 2.5, 3 hour drive of Columbus, Ohio, and you don't have plans on Sunday I will be at the Grove City Card Fest, which is put on by Card Collector 2 and B Sports. Brad Beeman, he is the same promoter who puts on, or they are the same people that put on Shipshawana and the In the Fort shows over in Indiana. So quite a big show. I think they got 290 tables. Blue Ice, Corey Heim. It's like 200 sports card tables and like 90 Pokemon and TCG. So that's on Sunday. Red Pulsar, Casey Kane, 83 of 199. That goes to Dale. Silver Jeb. Blue Ice, Noah Gragson. Matt Mills, green. Chandler Smith. Red Pulsar, Davey Allison. Goes to Michael John Pierce. 20 out of 199. Todd Gilliland, silver. When we get done with this box, I'm going to take a second to clean off the desk real quick with the lint roller Zamboni. Clean up some of the Prizm dust. John Hunter, Blue Ice. I just like to get everything kind of tidied up because I don't like that stuff getting in between like the cards and the penny sleeves and top loaders. And it only takes a second to do this, so That's it. See? Doesn't take nothing at all. Just to keep a tidy little house here. Empty. Also, probably a good time to remind everybody, PSA submissions are due March 30th. So you still got some time. I've got a few that have started rolling in from a couple different folks. I've got a few that I'm going to be sending in again as well. I'm sending some wrestling stuff and maybe some football stuff. We'll see. I bought a couple football cards on eBay, a couple Will Howard cards. I'm going to see how they look. I might send one or maybe even both of them. Let's take a peek at those when they get here, though. They should be here next week sometime. Green, Corey LaJoy. Blue Ice, Corey LaJoy. Those go to Paul. Ryan Blaney. I feel like there's something coming. Yeah, for sure, Scott. And, I collect his Buckeye stuff because no matter what happens with him, I'll collect his Buckeye stuff, And then my wife being a Steelers fan, even if something were to happen, I think she'd still hang on to his Steelers cards just because he's a Buckeye, So Matty D to 199 going to Justin. So he's kind of a can't miss for us to collect because we like, both the college and pro team. Not we. My wife likes the pro team. But in our household, I guess. Alan Kowicki, Blue Ice. Yeah, they were nothing crazy. They were just some, I think they were blue Prizm rookies that were numbered to I don't know, $3.99 or $4.99. So nothing crazy. I think I paid $4 and something for one and $6 and something for the other. So it averaged out to $10. So I figured my initial plan was get them, and if I like one better than the other, grade it, and then just sell the other one at a show. And that'll be that. So I don't know. We'll see what happens, though. National Pride, red Pulsar, C-Bell. Going to Nate. 120 or 199. Silver Sheldon Creed. Scott, I'm going to be buying. So I've got a deal that I've made, but I'm not going to have the card. So it'll be after the Grove City Card Show on Sunday, but there's a chance that it's one of those deals where I bought this card with the intention of selling it at the show, and I'm probably going to get it that morning. But anyway, if for some reason it doesn't sell Sunday, I will send you a message and see if you're interested. I'll give you first dibs. But I've got it's a Elite Drake May Razzle Dazzle. So it's I think they call it a case hit-ish. And it's a pretty sweet looking card. So, like I said, if it doesn't sell Sunday, I'll shoot you a message and see if it's something that you have interest in. But I specifically bought it to have something cool in the showcase at the show. So, but yeah, it's sweet look. I mean, it's definitely kind of a pricier card, but it's sweet looking. I had never seen one. Green, John Hunter Nemechek. AJ Allmendinger. Blue Ice. I will say, I definitely appreciate, there's a couple guys in the group that have been selling me stuff. Oh, here we go. Here we go, Scott. Scott literally just said we're due for a big hit. No matter what Scott says, it's like he's speaking it into existence. Buckle up your seatbelt. Which way is it? I'm trying to sneak a peek so I know. It goes this way. Daniel Suarez. Black Finite 101. Yeah. That doesn't suck either. Mi amigo, going to Jerry. Bada bing. Congrats, Jerry. Yeah, we need the black and gold now. Exactly. Sheesh. Boy, I'll tell you what, that's solid. That's really nice. Really nice. Congrats, Jerry. Silver, William Byron. But anyway, what I was starting to say before I was interrupted by the Black Finite was, there's a couple group members that have been consistently selling me stuff over the last few months that's non-NASCAR, like wrestling and football and baseball stuff, to sell at the shows. And so just wanted to give a shout out to those people. They know who they are. I'm not going to name them just because maybe they don't want to be named. But I certainly appreciate them doing that. And again, if you've got stuff sitting around that's just, you're like, I should probably get rid of that, but I don't know, don't want to mess with it or whatever, shoot me a message. I'll take a look. Another short print, green Pulsar Lawless Allen, going to Jake. $3/25. Well, that's 3 short prints and 2 super short prints. So that's pretty darn good right there. Silver Bobby Labonte. And Blue Ice Chase Briscoe. Empty box. But yeah, I've bought. I was gonna kind of elaborate on that a little bit more. I've bought from a couple of group members really consistently, and they've been super helpful, and I do appreciate that. What I try to do at the shows for my inventory at shows is stuff that's gonna sell fairly decent for me. You know what I mean? As far as like, if I think within a show or two it's gonna move. I try to pay about 75 to 80% on that kind of stuff. And it just kind of depends on what it is, how much we're talking about, you know, all those kinds of things. But that's where I try to be, is about 75 to 80%. And if it's like a case hit, you know, if it was like a downtown or a color blast or something like that, then I'll sometimes stretch things to like 85%, especially if I think it's going to sell really easily. You know, like Caitlin Clark stuff, I don't have a problem paying a little bit stronger on. Shohei Ohtani stuff, I don't have a problem paying stronger on. In our market where we live, Ellie De La Cruz, I don't have a problem paying a little bit more on. So, you know, it just kind of depends, but that's kind of my method. And then the cheaper low end stuff, I try to get at a little bit better percent. I usually go closer to probably 65 to 70%. If it's stuff that I'm like, man, this is going to take me 6 months to sell through or longer, you know, so, but again, if you've got anything, you know, sitting around and you're like, man, I'd like to sell that, you know, I try to be relatively close to what I try to be relatively close to what you would get if you sold on eBay. You know, you're going to lose about 20% just by selling on eBay, and that's so 1201.99 Lawless Allen. Gold downtown. I know, I'm super excited about the gold downtowns. I think that'll be cool. I got to work on my case hit game for my drivers. I've been slacking. I actually made a list of all of my PC drivers and their kind of case hits, the either downtowns, color blasts, or kavrooms. And I only have like 2 or 3 out of like 15. So I gotta get on the ball. You gotta pay strong on the. Yeah, there's a mistake I've made along the way for sure. A $200 gold Anthony Richardson autograph, I think I ended up getting $35 for. So that was a hard lesson to learn. Blue Ice, Connor Mozak. Red Pulsar, Matt Kenseth. It's going to go to Andy. But I've done some creative deals with folks. 89 or 199. Like one of the group members just today messaged me with a card that he wanted to move, and he said, I'm really looking for a trade situation. I'm not really looking for cash. And I said, okay. He said, well, what I want to do is I want to trade for PSA grading. And so we were able to work out a deal where the card I got, I didn't pay anything out cash, like out of pocket today, but what he's getting out of me is 7 PSA grades, 7 cards graded through PSA. So, you know, I try to do things in a creative way if that works. And if you've got something on your mind that you're trying to accomplish and you think I can help, then ask. I'll try to help, you know. I've had so many deals where things didn't work out, and like I tell everybody, it's okay. Not everything works out every time, and there's nothing wrong with that, you know. Not the one that paid $200K for the match. I did not. Empty box. Did you guys hear the story about the... I don't know what the card was in question, but somebody sold a card on eBay. The person bought it overseas. And the seller shipped it. The seller took it to UPS and actually had the UPS employees help package it and shipped it out UPS. And when it arrived at the buyer said he received an empty box, nothing inside. It was sealed, and had a UPS label and everything, but the box itself was empty. And so eBay has sided with the buyer. Now, I don't know all the details, but it did say that there were authorities involved, and I guess a police report of some nature. So I don't know, to what degree they can prove and not prove things as far as that goes. But, it kind of makes you wonder, you took a package, this guy took his card to UPS and then had them help package it. It makes you wonder if somebody at UPS knew what it was. And I hate to point the finger at UPS, or an employee at UPS, but that just makes you wonder, like, did somebody realize what it was and snatch it up? Yeah, really, really nightmare situation. Red Pulsar Groovy, Ty Gibbs. Ty freaking Gibbs going to Sea Salt. 1501.99. Stolen sports cards. Wow. I can tell you this. I would avoid doing any deal internationally that involved very much money, because there's so many things that can go wrong beyond just the transaction itself with customs involved, right? So it's not like dealing with folks in other countries scares me. That doesn't at all, really. It's what if customs gets a hold of the package and they don't like what's in the package or whatever. So that's my fear with shipping internationally, is customs primarily. Within the US, if I had to sell something, if I was going to sell or buy something that was probably more than a couple $1,000s at most, I would probably be looking at a plane ticket and hand delivering or hand picking up. Red Pulsar, Tyler Reddick. Going to Bill Tabor, 141.01.99. Like somebody contacted me once about a year ago to potentially buy a whole collection. And I was seriously considerate, and they actually decided they weren't ready to do that. Silver SVG. But had they said, yes, we're ready, and this is, we want to sell them, and my plan was going to be to hop on a plane and fly there, and if I was going to buy them, they were coming home with me on the plane. It would have only been a probably $300 or $400 plane ticket, and that would have been a small insurance policy to make sure that I was getting what I wanted and, doing everything the right way. And so, yeah, if I ever had a deal, that I felt like was worth very much, that's what I would be doing is hopping on a plane or a road trip if it was close enough. Yeah, if you're exactly, Scott, that's exactly right. If you're spending $10K or more on cards or a card or whatever, then you can certainly afford a plane ticket. So, yeah, if I ever encountered another situation where I was, being asked to look at an entire collection or something like that, that's what I would do. Is I'd just either drive or fly to wherever it is and do it in person. It's not that difficult. And if I ever encountered a situation where I had a super high end card, like say I had a card that I thought was going to sell for, $25,000 or $50,000 or more, I think I would go straight to like Golden auctions and let them handle the sale of it. That way, because they know they vet their buyers, and they know how to ship things safely or get them to their customers safely. It's what they do for a living, And so yeah, I would, if it was something super high end, like if I ever encountered something that was super high end, I would probably go to Golden and just say, here, sell this for me. 73 of 75 Cole Custer for Thomas. The way I felt last mail sale. Oh no, Thomas. Chasing Card. Yeah, I watched Chasing Cardboard. They're good. Yeah, and I think, for something super high end, I think a company like Golden, the way they operate is, I believe they sell your card. Like, say your card sells for $25,000 and their commission is 10%. I think it's a buyer's commission or a buyer's fee, meaning that you get your $25,000. It doesn't, the 10% I don't think comes out of your 25K. I think it gets added on to the top of the sale, and the buyer then pays that directly to Golden or whatever auction. Some of the auctions that I've been to locally that are small time little things here and there, that's the way they do it, is you got to pay a buyer's fee or a buyer's premium, and that's basically paying the auctioneer. So, Blue Ice, which is great for the seller because then you're getting your full value. Oh, we got another auto. And it's a green Pulsar, which should be a short print. Taylor Gray. All right. Sensational signatures. Taylor Gray. Going to Brian. 2 out of 10. Oh, my goodness. We're going to take that back out of the sleeve and get a one touch. I was thinking it'd be out of 25. It's out of 10. Yeah, I've seen Luke Combs is pretty into things all of a sudden. Green Pulsar, Taylor Gray, 2 out of 10 for Brian. Nice hit, Brian. I am going to have to get some more penny sleeves. Probably after this box, I'll just go grab another pack. Red Pulsar, Victory Lane, Daniel Suarez. 80 out of 199. Silver, Jesse Love. I'll tell you what, this has been solid out of this blaster case. Blue Ice, Harrison Burton. We've had 3 super short prints and then 3 other numbered short prints plus an auto. So if you just do the average on that, that's, out of 15 boxes, 7 what I would consider hits of some sort out of 15 boxes is pretty strong. Let me grab some more penny sleeves. We're going to need them. Getting old. All right. We got 5 boxes to go. Let me grab another quick swig of dew. Five left. Going to be in KC for the race next month. Anyone got card shop recommendations? NASCAR cards, but Chiefs and Royals too. Jordan Hansen. Scott Dixon might be able to help you out. He lives out that way. And he's also a Royals collector, I do believe. So if there is a shop that does some of the things you're looking for, he probably will know. I think we've got a couple of group members that go to the Kansas race pretty regularly too. I'm sure Scott's probably one of them, but I think we have a couple of folks that go. I'm just trying to think of who they are. It's tough to remember where everybody lives. Green, Noah Gragson. Blue Ice, Tyler Ankrum. Red Pulsar Coast, Carson Hocevar. I almost said Kosen Hocevar. I don't know where that was coming from. 007 of 199. Kind of half of his door. Going to JJ. Silver Dale Jr. Nice. Yeah, that's awesome, Jordan. Blue Ice, Lawless Allen. I did make a post on my personal page yesterday or the day before, but I'll say it for you guys as well. If anybody's planning on coming to Eldora for the Dream in June, I will be there and will be happy to meet up with anybody. Blue Ice, Tony Stewart. I'm going to try to get to the King's Royal as well, but I don't know for sure. We got another green Pulsar. This is the Pot of Gold, Josh Berry. Going to JR with the short print. $22 of $25 for Josh. And silver Kyle Busch. Hearts of our Blue Ice. Oh, yeah, I've been going to Eldora since I was a kid. Been going there since I was a kid. I was probably like 8 years old the first time I went there. Empty box. Green, Tony Stewart. Blue Ice, Kevin Harvick. I'm not sure, David. Another green Pulsar. Boy, this just keeps giving. 24/25, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Just keeps giving us short prints. Stenhouse goes to Thomas Jones Jr. Kurt Busch silver. We got Blue Ice, Connor Mozak. Green, William Sawalich. Lane Riggs, Blue Ice. Awesome Bill. It's a nice color match. The red Pulsar. That might be the second red one we've had. Going to Cody. 32/199. I knew this break would take a little while. That's why I started as early as I could. I was trying to avoid making it super late for anybody. Blue Ice, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. Three to go. We're in the home stretch. Let's see if we can squeeze this case for one more One more short print of some sort. Green Matt Kenseth. Or an auto or something. Give us one more something. Blue Ice Chris Buescher. Victory Lane Red Dale Jarrett. That would go to Anthony Hawley. 3 of 199. Silver BK. I am 2.5 hours on the dot from Eldora, Jeremy. Blue Ice Danica. I have never been to Knoxville, but would love to make the trip out there. Green Corey Heim. Blue Ice Cole Custer. Knoxville is the only, not the only, but it's one of the bigger dirt tracks on the list for me that I've never been to, that you could say, oh, I've been to, the top X tracks. Yeah, kind of the same for me. That's Knoxville for me. I've been to, like, for me, for sprint car racing, the 3 big tracks are Eldora, Knoxville, and Williams Grove. 3601.99, and I don't know, some people may agree or disagree with Williams Grove, but it's been around forever. And if you've never been there, it's got such an old school atmosphere and vibe to it. But anyway, I've been to Williams Grove a few times, and I've been to Eldora a lot, and never been to Knoxville. So I'd like to get that done sometime soon. Blue Ice Natalie Decker. Yep, for sure. Empty. Just like Ohio. Yeah, for sure. I feel like the Midwest in general, when you go, Indiana's got a fair amount of dirt tracks, but then once you get to Illinois, boy, then the kind of the bull rings get, there's a lot of dirt tracks once you get into Illinois and then into Missouri and Iowa. It's kind of, if you follow the I-70 corridor from Harrisburg, Mechanicsburg, Pennsylvania, all the way out through Iowa, you're gonna see a lot of dirt tracks, or be near a lot of dirt tracks along your way, because they all are right through that area. Untouchable there at, oh yeah, the Grove, yeah. Larson was really strong there. It was pissing the posse off. Green William Byron. Matty D, Blue Ice. John Hunter Nemechek, Red Pulsar. Going to Jordan. $21 of $199. Lakeside. Close to Mansfield. Jeremy, so my home track and the racetrack I worked at is Atomic in Chillicothe, Ohio. That's about 50 minutes from my house. That's the closest racetrack to me. And then Mansfield, yeah, Mansfield's about an hour and 15. There's a lot of tracks in Ohio within 2 hours of me, though, like a bunch. And then once you go to 2.5, if you go out to 2.5 hours, I can be to probably almost 20 different dirt tracks, I would guess. Like, I can get to Florence, Moeller, Portsmouth, Skyline, Ohio Valley, Muskingum County, Attica, Fremont, Millstream, Mansfield, Eldora, Lima, Waynesfield, Wayne County Speedway. Like, there is a bunch. Within about 2.5 hours of my house, I can be to a bunch of racetracks. But I'm spoiled because one of the best Ohio tracks is Atomic, and it's closest. So I go there as much as I can. 58 out of 75. Bobby Allison going to Anthony Hawley. Silver tie Dylan. Scott Dixon, how far are you from Lucas Oil Speedway? Because that's at least your general direction. What really surprised me is you're going to a race at Eldora and it's a late models. I think you guys are giving me a bad rap with late models. I don't dislike late models. I love late models. If I'm given the choice between sprints or late models, I'm going to choose sprints every time. 3 and 4 hours for you? Yeah, okay. I was going to say, it's probably a little further than I'm thinking it is. It's your vicinity, but not really. Empty. I've probably been to the Dream at Eldora probably 8 times, I'm guessing, or 10 times. I've been to it a bunch, and I've probably been to the World 100 like 6 or 8 times. And then probably the King's Royal, same thing, probably about 10 times, I'd say. So. For me, what's great about Eldora is it's a whole event. You know, it's like going to a NASCAR race in that every driver's got a merch trailer practically. And, you know, you can get there in the morning or like at noon, and you can spend all day just walking around and seeing everything and, you know, going to the pits and just doing all the things. Like, you can spend all day there just doing all the things and having a good time. If I could see a dream sprint car race, would be the Royal. Yeah. You got some of that. Some of that's right. Some of that's wrong, Scott. You're thinking of the year that's Larson's car won, and he stayed. They finished the feature. They started the feature at 4 a.m. and it finished about 4:30. And Kerry Madsen was driving for Kyle Larson. Was it Kerry Madsen or was it Shane Stewart? Now I'm second guessing myself. But anyway, Kyle stayed late that night. He wasn't racing that night. He was just there as the owner. 53:01.99. That was a long night. But great story. And it was a good race, too. I'll tell you what, they did a heck of a job getting that track reworked. Why he shut the team down? I think because it's so darn expensive, to be honest. Taylor Gray, Blue Ice. I don't know. Austin Dillon, green. Man, I was hoping that we'd see one more really good hit out of this. I think we might have pressed our luck as far as we could, but this was still a really, really good break overall. With the number of short prints and super short prints and autos, you kind of combine all those and look at your ratio of those out of the number of boxes. That's kind of how I look at it. 59:01.99 for DW. Going to Michael Clay. Silver Sam Mayer. And Blue Ice, Corey LaJoy will finish things off. I think it was Shane Stewart that won that 4 a.m. race, the more I think about it. I think it was Shane Stewart. I think Kerry Madsen won either the year before or the year after that. So, all right. Well, I appreciate everybody's support. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So, I just wanted to give you guys a total real quick. So we had 9. There was five short print green pulsars. These are numbered to 25, so I count these as short prints. We had 5 of those. So that's 5. We had Stenhouse, Barry, Lawless Allen, Dale Jarrett, and then the Bobby Allison door number. So that's 5, okay? Stay with me. 6 is the Derek Cope auto. 7 is going to be the Taylor Gray out of 10 auto. 8 and 9. So Tony Breidinger Color Blast that we started the break with, literally the third card. And the Black Finite 101 Daniel Suarez makes 9. So we had 9 either autographs, short print, or super short prints out of 20 boxes. That's almost every other box. Which, when I look at blasters, if I'm getting that ratio, that's solid. You know what I mean? Like, if you're opening a blaster and every other one, you're going to get one of those, that's not bad. So, anyway, appreciate everybody's support. Hope everybody enjoyed the break. And again, tomorrow at 11:30, I will do our lunch break. It'll be a box of Turn 4 with the driver groups format. And then, of course, don't forget Sunday, our spring break week starts. Sunday's break will be 2018 Victory Lane. And I will repost the whole schedule for spring break on Saturday for everybody to see. But a lot of fun stuff. Some products that we haven't broken in months that'll be in the breaks. Heck, a couple of the products, I don't know if we've broken in the last year, really, truthfully. So spring break week will be pretty fun. And like I said, there's a giveaway every single day. I've got some t-shirts. I got a breaker mat. I've got stickers. I've got a couple custom cards to give away. Just don't know what you're going to get, but I've got some stuff to give away. So, every day, every break, there'll be something. It may not be super valuable. It might be something that's worth $2. But I got something for every day, all 8 days. So, that's all I got for now, though. I hope everybody has a great night. Again, I appreciate everybody hanging out, and we will see y'all next time.